Welcome back. This week we're going to talk about a piece of equipment used in pretty much every thoroughbred race around the world, the starting gate. First of all, for those naughty people out there who haven't subscribed yet and who are enjoying the videos, please hit the subscribe button before you go a second further. For those of you who are already subscribed, thank you very much. So, back to the starting gates. The gates are a stressful thing for a horse, there's no doubt about it. They're not very big, not a lot of room in here. There's a lot of noise and action and activity that happens around a starting gate at a race course. And of course it means they're going to race. Like human beings, some horses like this and some horses are just doing their job. So this week we're going to show you how we gate train our horses here in France and what happens behind the scenes at an actual race course.
One of the most, maybe the most important part to starting off the career of a racing 2-year-old correctly is to do the gate training. We're really lucky in France. We've got one of the best gate crews ever, and we have the chance that we can work with them in the morning. They will come and they'll put the horses through, and then they're the same people who will see them in the afternoon when they're racing. So they know if there's trouble then, they've already seen the horse, they know the horse, they can work with them. So this morning we have Isabelle, Stéphane, Alain,
David.
and David. And they're gonna put our two 2-year-olds, Pacto and Peanut Royale, through the gates. Now, Peanut and Pacto have been through the gates once with us. It went okay, but now we want them to see what these guys think and how these guys are gonna do it. We have the pushers and the pullers. Isabelle is at the head of the horse, and then these two are the pushers. Alain is at the head of the horse too, so we have two to go in the front and two to push from behind. As you can see, they are well equipped. They will usually have a cast, well, they have the cast on so that they go in front and have to duck underneath. And these guys are ready to go with that. And they have another little tool there that they can push from behind. And they also have a back protector vest on in case they get kicked or tramped on or fall over. All these things have happened. Vous avez déjà les accidents derrière les boîtes, j'imagine, non?
Oui, ça arrive.
14 ans, 15, 25.
2 ans.
2 ans.
2 ans. That's how long they've been working. 14 years. That's 25 years. Wow. 25 ans derrière les boîtes. 14 ans. 15. 15 years and 2 years. The newbie. So we're gonna see how they work this morning, and these guys are the best in the business. Okay, we're not gonna waste any time here. The starters will pick them up straight away. Oui, pour l'instant, la première fois c'est. Oui, comme ça, oui. Oui, attention parce qu'elle. Oui.
Elle a un peu.
Ouais.
Elle est sur la surface de son sexe.
Ouais.
Allez.
Elle a un peu de caractère, mais dès qu'elle comprend, elle va. Hein? Ouais. 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 Voilà. Voilà, bravo. Pas de soucis.
Recule un peu. Recule un peu, qu'elle pousse le cul là. Vas-y, recule un peu. Voilà. Et après, ma fille, super, good girl.
C'est les palettes qui font un peu peur.
Right. We're lucky to have Mikael Forrest ride this horse through the gates for us today. He's going to ride her on Wednesday if this all goes well today.
Il a son casque, mais sa tête, elle est pareille. Allez, tu vas bien droit. Tu vas revenir. Bien droit. Voilà. Tu la caresses.
Stop, up.
C'est bien, la compagnie. Allez, vas-y, Isa.
And they need to get used to, there's noise behind the gate, there's talking, there's, voila. There she goes on her own. Beautiful. Up. Paquito, elle comprend qu'est-ce que c'est les boîtes déjà. Mais
Allez, ma fille, à ma championne. Viens, ma fille. Viens, ma fille.
Hop, non, non, non.
Non, il y a un trou là. Allez, en avant, en avant. Allez, faut pas me fâcher. Allez,
Allez,
allez.
allez, devant.
Voilà, c'est bon.
Devant, allez, voilà, super. Allez, voilà.
Good girl. In you go, in you go. Come on, Paquito. Now see, they get used to give her a little push there. Up.
Non,
No, no, no.
voilà.
They have to get used to
Non.
Et là,
being handled because on race day we don't have a lot of time to waste.
Chérie, chérie, chérie. Chérie, chérie. Oh.
allez,
Voilà.
allez.
Voilà la fille.
Allez, ma fille. Allez, good girl. Allez. Allez, ma fille. Allez.
Voilà.
Allez. Allez.
Il y a pas la porte
Allez.
devant,
Ah,
elle
non,
va y
non,
aller.
non. Allez, allez, allez.
Voilà.
Allez, on y va. Allez,
Voilà la fille, oui.
Ah, bah oui, là. Les deux, non. Allez, go. Non.
There we go. Good girl.
Approche-toi un peu.
She needs to learn to stand in it a little bit.
On va mettre à côté. Tu restes devant.
So I'm gonna keep her in, get her used to the gates in front, and then she'll go out.
Allez,
Ah, fille.
voilà.
Ah, c'est bien. C'est bien ça. Bah oui.
Voilà, c'est très bien ça. Allez,
C'est bien
ça va
ça.
t'apprendre.
Très bien ça. Ah, fille.
Alors,
Elle a
c'est
vu
vrai,
la
elles sont
porte.
grandes de boîte.
Mais pour les dresser, c'est super.
Celle-là, on a une sur chaque endroit.
Voilà, maman. Ouais.
Oh bah bravo Peanut.
C'est bien, Pépette.
C'est bien.
Tu vas fermer les deux là.
On les laisse faire quoi?
Ferme.
Voilà.
Vous enclenchez.
Donc là tu peux enclencher et tu arrêtes là et après on va faire une dernière et travailler un peu après. Hein? Donc
Ouais, tu
On va rentrer pour fermer.
faire un peu qu'on s'arrête.
Ça fait
Ouais.
du bruit.
Juste qu'elle fasse un
Ouais,
peu
c'est
de
bon.
précipité. Tu
C'est
la
bon,
laisses
c'est bon,
faire.
Vous laissez faire, hein.
Ouais.
Par contre, vous n'allez pas très très loin.
Ah ouais.
Allez, vous me dites quand vous êtes prêts. À 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh!
Bien plus fort.
Dis donc.
Voilà.
Viens, ma nénée.
Voilà.
Là.
Tu bouges pas, voilà.
Là.
Tu bouges pas.
Là.
Fais gaffe à toi, David.
Là, nénée. Là. Là.
Là.
she's planted herself now.
Allez, bouge pas.
There you go. Good girl, Peanut.
Vous ne faites pas sinon. Voilà. Mais là, elle va pas revenir de ce côté-là.
Voilà.
Voilà.
Attends, David, je viens de chercher.
Ah ouais, mais.
Ah, fille.
Arrête tes bêtises.
Voilà.
Là.
Super.
Bon, voilà.
Allez, go.
Voilà, fille.
Allez.
C'est bien. Voilà.
Alors,
Voilà.
Allez.
Regarde, attends.
Ah, comme papa et maman était plus seule encore.
Voilà.
Ton papa trop bien monté. Hein.
Ça, c'est encore autre chose.
Allez, la fille.
Qu'est-ce qu'on peut dire du
mauvais des endroits.
Voilà, parfait. Oh!
Ah, casser la bouche.
Chier, ça.
Allez.
C'est pas grave. On met là à côté. Du coup, on va la mettre à côté.
Ah bah ouais, papa, toi.
Mhm.
C'est bien.
Oh!
Super, là, alors. Alors, oui, alors.
Elle est colère, là. Elle n'a pas gagné, elle est colère. Elle est en colère parce qu'elle n'a pas gagné.
Good girl.
Allez, vous me dites quand vous êtes prêts.
Attends. Elle est pas droite là.
T'as pas besoin de plus, tu vois.
Peanut?
Allez,
C'est bon.
vous êtes prêts? Alors à 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, c'est bien. Allez.
We're here actually on a race day. We're in Chantilly. This is the shortest race we run in France. It's only 800 meters, 4 furlongs long. It's called the Express. It's a claiming race, run once a year. And we've got the chance to come down to the gates and show you how they work on race day, because when we run this week, it's going to be a little too busy for us to be here. So this is the same crew that we worked with the other day to put our horses in the gate. And they're ready to load the runners for the Express race. There's one that's come down in hand, and the jockey is waiting to get on there. when you saw the other day when we were working with our horses, a lot of chatter and a lot of noise, because on race day there is a lot of chatter and a lot of noise, and the horses have to get used to that. It's a little bit different than you find in other racing jurisdictions. In America, for example, you have all the assistant starters. Every horse that goes down has 2 handlers that just put it in the gate. They crawl into the gate with them. Here, that's not how it works. The horse goes in the gate, he has to stand on his own, he has to break on his own. There are not 1 handler for every horse, so the drawback is that it can take some time to get them loaded. That's the downside of how we do things here. On the other hand, the crew here is known to be quite good, because in England, if you present a horse and it doesn't go in the gate the second time, it's scratched. Here, a lot of the English horses that are banned from running in England come here because they know the gate crew will get them loaded. Now they're coming down, and we're going to have to get on the other side of the rail here. But also, not like in America, no ponies. Horses gallop down to the start on their own. This gate is a bit different. Obviously, the gate we used to train is a manual gate. This gate is a compressing start with a button. The gate crew will also help you out. For example, Delphine's just asked if they had a neck strap they could put on that horse, because the trainer didn't have one on and she'd prefer to have one. So the starter just went in a little magic bag and pulled one out. So she'll give it back to the starter when she's done. But now she has a neck strap. Things like that. They have sweat scrapers. They have little things just to make sure that the start isn't delayed and that everybody's safe and that everybody has what they need. The starters will also be just eyeballing the horses, checking the girths, making sure if a horse is wearing a tongue tie, it's not coming off. Same thing with the blinkers, anything on their head. And then we have this famous red bonnet over there. There's a horse with a red bonnet. It's a noise dampening device that you put on until they gallop down to the start, and then they take it off before the horse goes into the starting gate. It seems all the rage now. I don't know if it really has that much of an impact, but it has to be red if it comes off behind the gate. If it's a different color, the horse actually runs with it. So that's a horse with the red bonnet that the starters will pull off before the gates. And they'll also know, these horses, which one might need a blindfold to go in. And now you can see she's going up to get started loading. The starter and the assistant starter are over here, behind me here. And there'll be one that stands behind the gate to make sure everything is right, and the other one crawls up on the ladder to actually push the button to let them go. We just heard on the radio what the French say is départ par arrivée. That means under orders. Once they're under starters' orders, they can start to load them into the gates. These are older horses. There's probably going to be very little trouble here. The order of loading, it's drawn by post position. They start usually 1st and 7, and then they load 2 at a time is how it's supposed to work. Doesn't always work that way, but it's how it's supposed to work. And you can hear behind me, there's plenty of chatter. This one is Mikel Barcelona's horse, kicking up a little bit there. And it's a sprint, so they're not going to miss the break. They're going to all get them good and ready to go here. Sprinters are ready to go. Look, they're acting a little bit. They're ready.
Et les derniers. Attention!
Number 9 in the middle. Thanks for watching. Love having you along. Ring the bell and subscribe, please. And we will see you next week.